Hi, I'm John Maloof. Way back when I was in high school, I didn't care much for science. I just wasn't interested in it. I found it boring. Um, Long after that, I developed an interest for whatever reason. I started reading about things in newspapers and started reading parts of science magazines like New Scientist and Scientific American, Cosmos. I liked reading about cloning and inserting genes in people to treat medical problems, and whatever new was happening gave me new ideas about things and a different way of looking at the world, even though it had nothing to do with my research, my own life. Still, I liked it, and I want to tell you today about something that happened to me several years ago. I was reading a New Scientist issue, and I saw a very small article about this fellow in Germany who had developed a new way of treating people who have bleeding in the colon. These people have some sort of autoimmune disorder, and their body attacks itself. Their immune system attacks their digestive cells, and they bleed and bleed and bleed. And sometimes doctors try different drugs, but sometimes they don't work. So this guy had a completely different idea. He gave people to drink dead pig whipworms, which are microscopic. They don't reproduce because they're already dead. So he gave those to people, and what happened, to his great pleasure, was that the immune system attacked those dead whipworms and stopped attacking the body, and then the people stopped bleeding. And I read about that, and I was just very, very pleased with reading about that, because I knew a friend of mine had a problem with bleeding, and she'd had all the medical treatments, the drug treatments there were, and there was nothing else to do, and it just wasn't working, and she was bleeding more and more. And she's a teacher, and she was getting reluctant to go in and teach because she didn't think she could last through an hour or two of teaching without having to go and go to the bathroom, get rid of some of that blood. So her situation was getting desperate, and I told her about this article, and being a persistent person, she contacted the guy in Germany and got permission from Australia to bring it into the country, and she did, and she got little vials of it and took it over a period of several weeks, and it worked just like a charm. It was just incredible. It wiped out our bleeding. It stopped. It slowed, and then it stopped. And she kept taking it on and off for several months, and then she decided she didn't need it anymore. And she didn't take it anymore, and now it's been 8 years, and she's had no bleeding. And she told her doctors here about it, and then they told other people about it. And it doesn't work for everyone, but it works for some people with that problem. And I thought, boy, that was a good outcome from my reading a science magazine. I wonder what else I can get out of it. And mostly, though, I've gotten just new ideas and, might say, entertainment, because I like reading about discoveries of different sorts, including planets around other stars and planets that are Earth-like in certain ways. All that's very interesting to me. So I'll keep reading. I'll keep my ears open for what else is happening in the world. It gives me these scientific findings give me a different way of thinking and give me new knowledge that sometimes is interesting and sometimes is useful.